The two significant storylines in this movie are that movie world comes to Downton Abbey. A film is going to be filmed at the castle, and Robert, of course, can't bear the idea of this. So, fortuitously, the other thread of the story is that Mother, Violet, has inherited a villa in the south of France in slightly mysterious circumstances. And so half the family go off there to investigate and to find out more about this inheritance. Working with Elizabeth well, frankly, she's my second wife because we've been married on screen on and off over the last 11 years, and it's the third time we've actually been married in a show. So we have a certain shorthand, let's put it that way. And it's just a delight. It's like, I wouldn't say like putting on a favourite pair of slippers because that would be rude to Elizabeth, but she'll know what I mean. Working with the same team of people over the last decade, well, it speaks for itself, the fact that we have managed to sustain it for that long, the fact that we aren't throwing chairs at each other. If we were, we wouldn't have got together to make the movie. And I think it's a great testament to Julian Fellows and Gareth Neame, our producers, and Liz Trubridge, the fact that they've managed to keep this ship afloat, and that all hands on deck when it came to it was really important, because if half the cast had said, no, I'm not interested anymore, it wouldn't have happened. And so to have got everyone back together for the second time, I think says it all, that we all get on well, that we know the show is beloved, and Julian's still got stories to tell. So it's been wonderful to get back together. Well, Maggie Smith is a phenomenon, let's face it, and I think I was intimidated on the very first day of filming with her back in 2010, and I was intimidated on the last day of filming with her in 2021. So she's been consistently intimidating and scary, and impressively brilliant throughout. You just have to raise your game whenever you're on set with her, because she takes no prisoners. And Julian unashamedly gives her the best lines, and she delivers them with laser sharp precision, and makes the rest of us look like amateurs. So what's not to like? We have Nathalie Baye playing Madame de Montmirail, and her son is played by Jonathan Zaccaï. And it was wonderful to welcome them into the cast. And of course, we were filming on their home turf, so they felt very relaxed, and we felt like invaders in their country, but they were incredibly generous to us, and we tried to make them feel welcome at Highclere as well. And then in the other storyline with the movie that comes to be made at Downton, we have Dominic West and Hugh Dancy and Laura Haddock, and they bring wonderful variety and spice to that section of the story. Well, as you might expect, Robert's reaction to the idea of a movie being made at Downton is he finds the whole notion just despicable. He's very suspicious of the moving picture, and wants to vacate as quickly as possible. Well, of course, Downton has travelled away from home in the past, particularly to Alnwick in Northumberland, and to Scotland as well. But this was the first time we've been on the abroad, and of course that was delicious and fun. And to go to the Riviera, particularly in that era, when the French Riviera was sort of opening up as a playground for the rich and famous, and in the summertime too. I mean, it was already a haven in the winter for the wealthy of France, but to actually go there in the summer was sort of anathema until the movie stars, people like Scott Fitzgerald, used to vacation there and made it popular. And so that's a sort of that gives a real texture to the story. And I think that the balance between being at the castle and being in France is beautifully played out. But gosh, it was exotic to say the least. Even to go there in 2021 was pretty good fun. The linchpin of the story of going to France really is because a villa has been left to Violet in the Marquis de Montmirail Senior's will, and it's a bit of a mystery as to why. And so we go there to meet the current owners who have been disinherited in effect, and to find out more. He did actually get round to directing it eventually, and did a fantastic job. So no, really, the spirit of any movie comes from the director. And if you've got a director who is enthusiastic and kind and wants everyone to give of their best, then that trickles down to every department, and it certainly made for a very good atmosphere. I think if I knew what the enduring appeal of Downton Abbey was, then I would have bottled it and retired years ago. But I don't know quite. I think it comes down to a combination of so many factors, but I think Julian, I've always said this, that Julian writes from a default position that people try to be good, even if they do bad things. And so I think there is a benevolence underneath the show. The undercurrent of the show is about a community trying to do its best, albeit a slightly strange community in this cloistered world. Characters that you can identify with, and it's landed well in each country around the world that it's played in. So I think there's a universality about the characters and the scrapes they get into. And if you're bored of one character, another one will be along in 20 seconds.